Hey guys, Tank here. I'm gonna make a quick video real quick of how to put these Rc4 drive wagon wheel 1.9 together. They're a little tricky because you got to squish everything together and hold the bolt and wire the beadlock. So I got a little trick to help you guys, and hopefully you'll use it. If you don't, it doesn't matter. Oh, and by the way, I got Sebastien as the cameraman. He's holding the camera. Hi, Sebastien. So here we go with the video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment below and subscribe to not miss any of the other videos. Thank you. At this point inside, you just got to make sure that the bead or the foam is not impeding in any way, shape, or form, and to fit on it. And if you actually push on the edge, you actually feel like the second edge, and you actually feel where the bead is actually going to sit into this groove. It's pretty simple. You just gotta feel it. Now this one is the deep one. This is the one I put in first. Once it goes in, you can basically check on this side and you can see it's all the way in. It's nice. And also, if you just pull just a little bit, you'll just see the edge of it, so you know you've got it right. And just by looking at the shade around it, you'll know that it's deep enough and it's where it's got to go. It will go a little bit in deeper once you start screwing this in. Now for the other side. Before, I don't know if you can notice, but they do have holes. And the holes don't really match, but there's one of them I find that's right in the center. It's right in the center of that groove. All the other ones are not. So how I do it to match it, I find the other one on this side. See, this one is not. No, this one is. So then I match both of them, because I've done it in the past where you just put it in there and yes, your hole will match, but then the holes on the top don't match. Now here's the part that's a little tricky. You have to pull on the tire just so lightly so you actually get the rubber out of there so it sits on the bead right. Because if you start pushing on it, you notice that here I got a nice shade, but as soon as I start twisting, this one is not. It's not sitting right. So I have to pull it out just so slightly out so it actually sits perfectly in there. There we go. Now here's the hard part. A lot of people are having big issues with, okay, now I gotta squeeze really hard, because you gotta set that bead in there. You gotta squish everything in there. That's how everything gets put together, just gets squished. Now you gotta hold it to the right place, and then you gotta put a screw on the other side, and you gotta put one of these tiny screws on the other side, and then hold it, and then screw it, and then squish it. So you gotta squish, hold the nut, and everything of that. This is almost impossible to do. Now my trick is using some of these tie wraps. So I come in from the back and put the tie wrap on. Now you don't have to worry too much about the bead at this time. Even if it slides out, just don't tighten it up. Just keep it loose. Keep it loose, don't tighten it up. You have to put a second one on top. So if this one's on the bottom, you got to put another one a little higher. right on top of it. Oh, I went from the back with this one. I gotta go from... So once you have the second tie wrap, again, you just tighten it up just snug so everything holds together. Flip it around and look at the bead. Now if I look at this over here is nice, but over here it is not nice. So something has gone out. So now I have to fix it before I tighten it a little bit too more. There we go. And now I can give it a little snug. And now it's starting to tighten and actually holds itself. And on the other side, it's nice and snug. Now, to put it even tighter, because even if I put this, I won't even be able to reach the nut on the other side. So one thing I usually do is I put the screw on before that. I put the screw on and it just sticks out barely on the other side. And then I screw it in. You can put just two of them. So I do not put the center part right away in it. What I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be squishing it a little bit farther so I can tighten up those tie wraps. Because if I try to put the other one, I'm still going to be trying to squeeze it in. And it's way easier to squeeze this in using the nut, because it becomes a natural vise. So now my tie wraps are nice and loose, so I just give it a tug. Give it a tug. Now it's almost touching, but I do not have the center part in yet. So I'll just make sure these two tie wraps are nice and snug. Now I can back out the screws. Now because this is compression, and there's always pressure going on, you don't really need to put some Loctite. You can if you want, some people do. I don't bother about it because it's going to try to push out, so it's always going to be nice and snug. As long as you put them nice and tight, all of them, it shouldn't move. But if you want to put some Loctite, go right ahead. So I backed it up. It did open up just a little tiny bit. This is dark, so you can barely tell. So I'm going to put this guy in now. And now when I stick it up, the screw, you can't barely tell, but just sticks out a little bit, and I don't even have to squeeze it. I don't have to force it or try to stress it. I just slowly screw it in. Now I put one on the bottom, need a little nut, when you're screwing these things, always try to put one on the bottom, one on top, and then you go back to the bottom, and then you go back to the top. Always try to do a star when you tighten these. So I'm going to put all of them before tightening them. Once you've got them all done in a star shape, you go back and do it in a circular fashion. Like that, you know you have not missed one. There we have it. And now I can take my side snips and carefully, without scratching my paint, cut the tie wrap. And there we go, we have a wheel with a perfect bead.